Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, the HornBlasters.com Super Late Models presented by TruSpeed Motorsports. Round number 3 comes to the virtual Lanier National Speedway, 3/8 of a mile in distance. Good evening, race fans. My name is Brett Wheeler. Qualifying is just concluded, and we're going to move into the first of 2 heat races on the program. So those heat races will be 8 laps in distance, and then we will have a 100 lap by main to round out the night. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for the opening heat of the night. Starting on pole in car number 3 in the HRE Motorsports entry, it's going to be Shane James. On the outside of your front row, car number 9 of Ricky Sanders will start position number 2. Lining up out of position number 3 in car number 2, Jason Brown. He will start alongside car number 4 out of position 4, that's Casey Graves. Position 5 will be the 551 of Zach Fields. Out of position 6, car number 72 of Hayden Cardwell, with Chris Fisher, car number 16, lining up out of position number 7. Rob Purchase did not grid, so that'll make up 7 cars in the opening heat race of the night. Of course, this will line up your inside row, as the drivers will get the 1 to green signal this time by. And geez, talk about an old paint livery there on the number 9 car of Ricky Sanders. Get a close-up look of that car. It's a TTL skin with an old UDTV logo. Hash Media Speedway footage. Boy, that is getting old. And now heat number 1, we are set to go. Green flag action from the near. Green flag is out. We are underway. Who will start on pole for tonight's 100 lap main event? And more than likely going to be Shane James. He's got a good run. Here goes Jason Brown up on the inside on Ricky Sanders, down into turn number 3 and 4 they run. Sanders holds on to second position, right on the outside of the racetrack. Look at him, nearly 3 wide right now. Here comes Fisher. No, in fact, that's Fields, excuse me, up on the inside. They're making a 3 wide with Cardwell and Brown. Graves in the new paint scheme tonight, new livery. The driver of the number 4 machine will take a look at that one, as that's the car on screen. Casey Graves debuting the new paint scheme, of course. Alec Kane designing that one. We go back up towards and have a look at Hayden Cardwell, Jason Brown on the outside of Ricky Sanders. Brown cutting through the middle down into turn number 1 and 2. We'll be halfway home this time by 4 down, 4 to run. And here comes Cardwell on the inside of Sanders down into 3 and 4. It's still Shane James, excuse me, with a 1.3 second advantage over Jason Brown, who has made his way to position 2. However, he's got Sanders and Cardwell continuing to try and take that spot away from him. Cardwell moves into position 3. Remember, he started, I think, position 6 it was, so again, he's only got a short amount of time to make up as many spots as he can, but there goes Fisher up on the, Fields in the 51 up on the inside on Ricky Sanders, but the battle is on for second and third position right now. Now, all cars will make this show. Yes, that includes Corey Wenzel. As the white flag flies here for the driver of the number 3 machine, Shane James. Checkered flag at the ready. Cardwell, Brown come together. Cardwell will grab second. Brown going to just grab third ahead of Fields, Sanders, Fisher and Graves to round out heat number 1. Heat 2 up next. Alright, heat number 2. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole, heat race number 2, caliber 44 of Donald Swanson. Alec Kane, caliber 5, will start position number 2. Austin Harnick, caliber 1, will start position 3 out of position 4. The 888 of Corey Wenzel. Position 5, going to be the 255 of Brett Mitchell. Stephen Renaud in caliber 14 out of position 6. In fact, Alec Kane did not grid. So that'll just make it 5 cars in heat number 2. That'll move Corey Wenzel to position 2 and Stephen Renaud to position number 4. Donald Swanson set to lead the hornblasters.com. Number 44 to the drop of the green flag, and we're underway. Swanson got a good run through turn number 1 and 2. Meanwhile, battle on. Here goes the one machine of Austin Harnick. Renaud and Wenzel come together there. Wenzel, he said he was going to make... Well, he was going to shake things up a bit in tonight's race. And, of course, well, he can't shake things up in the B main. He's got an automatic transfer into tonight's day. The 25, Brett Mitchell, moves into position number 2. But they all try and catch a race leader. The number 44, hornblasters.com entry of Donald Swanson. Swanson down into 1 and 2. Will start lap number 4. 3 in the books, 5 to run. Should be somewhat of a quick night here at Lanier National Speedway. Of course, we are 10 minutes in. We've already had qualifying, and we are about to complete our second heat race. We've just got 4 laps left to run. Swanson leads Mitchell, Harnick in 3rd, Renaud in 4th, and then you go back to Corey Wenzel in 5th. Wenzel's had enough of heat racing action. He's done his 5 and a bit laps. Of course, after this, at 10 PM Eastern, we're going to be live once again here on UDTV. The Ultimate Dirt TV and World of Thunder 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. You'll get to see the behind the scenes, what goes on with the race control. As the white flag flies for Donald Swanson here in heat race number 2. And I believe we'll have a 2-minute warm-up session after this one, as Brett Mitchell will hold on to second position. They make their way into 3 and 4 for the final time. The outside row, Donald Swanson gets the win. Brett Mitchell, Austin Harnick, Stephen Renaud and Corey Wenzel finishing 3 laps down. And that will conclude tonight's heat racing action for your hornblasters.com Super Late Models, presented by TruSpeed Motorsports. Of course, we are not too far away from 5,000 followers, and of course we couldn't have done it without your support, so we appreciate all the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, make sure you head over to our website, www.ultimatedirttv.com. Make sure you check out the schedule tab to keep up to date with all the sim racing action we've got going on throughout the week. Sunday to Thursday, we are broadcasting 5 nights a week, and in fact, in about... find the time. In about an hour and 10, we're going to be live again for the National Oval Racing Association UMP Nationals Night number 2. Stephen McMillan will be on the call for that one, and then in about 2 hours' time, I'm going to be back live for the 360 Winged Sprint Cars. Of course, we've got to thank those wonderful people behind the scenes that help us on a regular basis. Of course, a big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, National Oval Racing Association, JR Productions and Media, Monsters of Dirt Racing, iFlags, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Don't forget, check them out on our website. Of course, we also, for some reason, our YouTube feed isn't working tonight, so if you can go to our YouTube channel, it'll be youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Click on the subscribe button. We are trying to reach the 1,000 subscribers mark, and well, we're close, but we just need your help getting across the line. Of course, we are not too far away from the 5,000 followers on Facebook as well. And of course, just as of yesterday, we were at 4,800. Now we're at like 4,960 or something like that. So, of course, that was a big help to the guys over at Hunt the Front. We covered their pro late model race that they had yesterday. And of course, we also covered night 1 of the Nora UMP Nationals at Volusia. It is now time for your hornblasters.com main event. 100 laps around Lanier National Speedway. 3/8 of a mile in distance. And let's go trackside to take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
Why did you step on me, you little shit?
Starting on pole, car number 3 of Shane James. On the outside of your front row, car number 44, Donald Swanson starts position number 2. Starting position 3, car number 72 of Hayden Carwell, starting position 4, the 255 of Brett Mitchell. Jason Brown will line up out of position number 5. Austin Harnick will start position 6. Zach Fields out of position 7. Stephen Renaud out of position 8. Ricky Sanders, Corey Wenzel will make up the inside and outside of row number 5. Chris Fisher and Alec Kane will make up positions 11 and 12, with Casey Graves rounding out the 11-car field. Can tell you that Hayden Carwell has been given an EOL, along with another car at the back here somewhere. So Hayden Carwell was given an EOL, and I'm sure somebody else was given an EOL as well. And it looks like it might be the 550 or the 51 there. As the green flag flies, heat race, or not heat race, A main time. The hornblasters.com main event. I wouldn't be surprised to see Shane James just walk away from the competition here in this one. That's no disrespect to the other guys, but Shane James certainly a super late model driver in his rights. He leads down the back straight over 100 laps around this 3/8 of a mile. Second spot, Donald Swanson and Jason Brown side by side. Brett Mitchell rides in 4th. Ricky Sanders rounds out your top 5. And you go back to Chris Fisher. Now keep an eye on Carbo and Zach Fields trying to come through the field. Zach Fields was that other driver to get that EOL. Oh, I'm not sure what happened to Alec Kane, but he's right at the back. He's on the verge of almost getting lapped here in the opening 4 laps, but he's got about a whole straightaway by the time he gets, well, by the time the 3-car machine gets to him. So Brown now under pressure by the 25 of Brett Mitchell down into turn number 3 and 4. Brown rides low. Mitchell rides the top side of the racetrack down into 1 and 2. We run. They continue to go side by side. Sanders into the wall now. That leaves the 5 of Chris Fisher to potentially move up into the top 5, running the low side. Then you go back to Hayden Carwell up to position 7. 6 laps in, and he's making some moves. Austin Harnick, his night is done already. He's pulled that car back on pit road. I'll tell you who desperately needs a yellow is the driver of the number 7 machine. The TruSpeed Motorsports entry of Alec Kane. There you go, your race leader just behind him now. The race leader starting to catch up to the back of Alec Kane. Alec Kane lap times 14.930 on that lap just then. Shane James with a 14.584, so you're looking at 3 and a bit tenths. A little over 3/10 of a second at the moment. And of course these are fixed setups, so all drivers are on the same setup. It comes back down to the driver and of course putting themselves in the right position at the right time. Mitchell and Brown still going at it. Brown looking for his first podium in the TruSpeed Motorsports League as of the last 2 seasons, of course. He was unable to get a podium in the 360 Sprint Car Series. And so far, we're 3 weeks. This is week number 3 of the series, and well, he's looking good for tonight. But still very early on, and we'll see if the driver of the number 23 machine can hang on for a podium. Here comes the number 5 machine of Chris Fisher, working down low. He's gotten by Sanders, and so has Hayden Carwell. So Sanders back to position 7. Here comes Carwell running the top side. And you got to wonder right now if Hayden Carwell hadn't started up the front of the field, Could this have been a good battle between Shane James and Hayden Cardwell? At the moment, the gap between James and Cardwell, as I said, 6 positions now, 5 positions. It's a 2.8 second differential. You see it's about the length of the front straightaway and the back straightaway. So Shane James still holds on to half a second lead. In fact, Donald Swanson, one of the quickest cars on the racetrack at the moment, running the top side. Of course, Hayden Cardwell, the only driver to be in the 14.5s at this stage. And of course, the times are starting to slow down just a little bit. So Alec Kane has been put a lap down. So Kane would have to need a yellow, and he might even just get a wave around for that one. But Donald Swanson, the hornblasters.com, number 44, C entry. Still holds second. Kane rides the top side. Swanson down low. Now Kane just holding his line, doing nothing wrong at the moment. It's the responsibility of the 44 Swanson to get by him. Of course, Kane really doesn't want to give up too much time. He's still got a chance to sort of race his way back onto the lead lap. He's only going to get by the leader of Shane James. But however, here comes the 25 and the 7, Brett Mitchell. And Hayden Cardwell now catching up to the back of the number 44 machine. I think Kane might have just slowed up just a little bit there. As there goes Swanson. Yeah, Kane just backs out of the throttle. And he's just let 3 cars get on by down into turn number 3 and 4. And the yellow flag is going to fly. Oh boy, here we got. It is, I believe, Ricky Sanders. We'll take a look here at your Wicked Cushion Instant Replay. That was Zach Fields. And of course, we're going to have a couple of different angles of this one. Of course, we've gone through and we've updated our late model camera pack, and there you see the bump and run. Back to green flag action this time by for turn number 4. We are on board with your race leader. Car number 3 car of Shane James. He will lead the field down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2 again. There's a perfect shot of looking at the back now of your race leading. You see just the distance that he's pulled already. Brett Mitchell moves into second. Jason Brown holds on to third. However, Donald Swanson, you got to feel sorry for him right now. He's fallen back to position number 4, potentially even position 5. There's 5th, 6th, maybe 7th. They're 3 wide down into turn number 3 and 4. And here comes the 7 of Hayden Cardwell. Meanwhile, Swanson, he has just been swallowed up and just chewed up and spat out the back of this field on that restart. So 1 yellow so far. We only had 1 yellow at USA last week at about 160 miles, so not bad for a Daytona race. Paul, just the 1 yellow at the moment, Chief, and we are 28 laps into a 100-lap main event as Cardwell and Brown, they're going to go side by side down into turn number 1 and 2. Brett Mitchell holds on to second position for the time being. Brownie still holding on to third. Brownie working the low side again. And these super late models, they can run right through the slick, and they can also hold their momentum as well. 3 wide for second, third, and fourth. Cardwell in the middle. Mitchell was on the top side. Brownie on the low side. 3 wide into 3 and 4 again. So Cardwell at the moment, he sort of needs to get by Brett Mitchell, but he's got to do it sort of quickly and efficiently so he can actually have a chance at catching up to your race leader. Of course, it is a fixed setup race, so again, it all comes back down to the drivers right now. And we are watching the second, third, and fourth place cars continue to go 2 and 3 wide. And here comes the 5 machine of Chris Fisher. He's made his way into position 5, and again, he's got a chance at a podium right now, but of course, it's all Shane James out in front. He's got a 2-second gap. There's the slide job by Cardwell. Brownie and Mitchell come together. Brownie got the worst of that one. Mitchell kept it going. And Cardwell, now he sets his sights on the number 3 car of Shane James. Mitchell now trying to hold off Chris Fisher in the 5 machine down into turn number 1 and 2. Fisher and Brownie side by side. Fisher's got the momentum on the top side. Let's go on board with Chris Fisher. In fact, let's take a look at the left front suspension. There you see Jason Brown coming into the picture. Jeez, in fact, I've done really well on this onboard camera pack. I'm really enjoying it. Take a look at the 51 of Zach Fields and the Hunt the front on the rear spoiler of that car. As Fields holds 6th position at the moment, as we'll take a look at... I'll go back up towards the front of the field and look at the gap now. Remember, it was like a 1 point, nearly a 2-second advantage from Shane James back to Hayden Cardwell. Now it is dipped down to 1 second. So Hayden Cardwell, he's just absolutely perfected that slider line, and we'll keep an eye over the next sort of 5 to 10 laps on how much Hayden Cardwell, he picked up 0.3 of a second last lap by. Now this lap just gone, it's been a 1/10 and a half. So how long until we see Cardwell make the pass on Shane James? And don't forget Hayden Cardwell picked up 2nd place last night at the National Oval Racing Association UMP modified race at Volusia just last night. So he's locked himself into tomorrow night's main event already with a top 3 finish, and of course I believe a dash starting. I'm pretty sure he picked up 3rd. So Cardwell, James, the gap is now just less than 0.3 of a second. Corey Wenzel pulled that car to the pits, and wow, Cardwell went for the big move down into turns 3 and 4. The yellow flag came out, and he was hard on the anchors. So the second yellow of tonight's main event so far, as the field will line up behind the racing.com pace truck. That sucks, Alex. Alec, that sucks, buddy. The lights go out on the racing.com pace truck this time by. And they turn off, and we are 1 to green right now. We'll complete lap number 47 when we go back to the green flag action. 53 to run. Turn this down, volume up actually. I did turn it down just because I was racing last night, but new race leader down into 1 and 2. Hayden Cardwell's going to run on the top side. James through the middle, but Hayden Cardwell From the back of the bus to your race lead. James nearly got crossed up there out of turn number 4. But however, here comes the 5 of Fisher. Working up top as well. 25 of Brett Mitchell now. Side by side with Fisher. Down into 1 and 2. So Fisher's got 3rd. Mitchell slides up. Jason Brown still holding on to a top 5 right now. The number 23, the Jason Brown Photography. JPB. Car number 23. Mitchell and Fisher. Fisher holds on to 3rd. Mitchell just tucking in behind the number 5 machine and just waiting for an opportunity to make a pass for that final spot on the podium. However, the gap between your race leader, well, how the tables have turned. The D1RT entry of Hayden Carbell out by 1 second over Shane James again, who had led 46 and a half laps, in fact 47 and 3/4 laps. Alec, thank you for the follow. Terry and Trey, thank you for the follows as well. We are nearing 5,000 followers here on Ultimate Dirt TV, and of course, none of this would be possible without your help. As well, Brett Mitchell just falling away from Chris Fisher there for that 3rd position. As now Jason Brown will work back down low through turn number 1 and 2. Zach Fields in the 51 machine, sitting in 6th. Then you go back to Swanson and Graves. Graves the last car on the lead lap. Of course, Corey Wenzel done for as well. Ricky Sanders along with Stephen Renaud, Alec Kane, and also Austin Harnick as Carbell. Now starting to put a little bit more of a distance between himself and Shane James. As well, I don't expect too much passing going on over the next sort of 10 to 15 laps, and we'll see how this one will play out. Closest battle on the racetrack is Jason Brown and Zach Fields for 5th and 6th. Brown, he's finally got the courage to work up to the top side of the racetrack. Spent half the race on the bottom side and it was working for him. But now the line has changed, and I mean, even the slaughter line is still pretty fast around here at the moment. Of course, all you have to do is just keep an eye on your race lead. Now he was 2/10 of a second quicker and a 1/10 and a half. So he's picked up 3.5 tenths of a second over the last 2 laps. Hayden Carbell over Shane James. Well, good luck trying to beat the driver of the number 7 machine. Let's ride on board with Hayden Carbell for a couple of laps around Lanier National Speedway. Alright, so you see the slider line working. Let's go on board with Shane James now and see what's going on with the number 3 machine. So go on board with Chris Fisher in 3rd position, and he's run on the bottom side. You can see the 2 guys behind him, Brett Mitchell and Jason Brown, in positions 4 and 5 behind your 3rd place driver, the driver of the number 16 machine, in fact the number 5 machine, in fact that is. So those onboard shots, thanks to Black Diamond Motorsports and the Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras. Make sure you head over to the Facebook page, give them a like and a follow, as we are having contact for positions 4 and 5, and there goes Brownie and Brett Mitchell, and oh, that could have been disastrous there. Oh. There'll be some few choice words after the race. I guarantee there'll be a few choice words being said right now, as here goes Fields. Going to put the 23 of Jason Brown into the wall and upside down, and this will bring out the caution flag. There it is. So not a happy couple of laps for the driver of the number 23 machine. That angle doesn't really show it. Lights on the pace truck. We'll turn off this time by off turn number 4. So 21 to go. Here in round number 3 of your hornblasters.com Super Late Model main event, presented by TruSpeed Motorsports. Make sure you check out the guys at hornblasters.com on their website, and of course on their social media page. Give them a like, follow, all that good jazz. We get set for 21 laps here at Lanier National Speedway. What can Shane James pull from this restart? Fisher works down low through turn number 1 and 2. Fisher up on the inside, James right through the middle. Carwell continues to run the slider line. A mini slider line there from James. He rolls through the middle and slides it up to the cushion, where Cardwell is driving it in a lot lower into turn number 1 and 2. So good shots from the top of the racetrack. At the moment, Swanson up on the inside on the 51 of Zach Fields. Here comes Graves. Graves has already earned himself a top 10 position. We'll see if we can pick up any more positions right now. Runs the low side through 1 and 2. And this pretty much the front of the field is just spread out right now with just 17 laps to run here in your main event. Oh, the 51. That's the second time. That was just an idiotic move. So we come back to live action with just 14 to run this time by. We are watching Donald Swanson in the 44 and Brett Mitchell in the 25. Swanson's moved back up to position number 4. And after running the top 2 for the first 20 odd laps or something, got shuffled back to about 7th or 8th. And now he's been able to work that 44 hornblasters.com entry back to position number 4. He's got about a 1 second differential. In fact, it's about a 1.9 second to third place on Chris Fisher. Fisher a second away from Shane James. And Shane James, he's just, well, he's at 2 seconds, nearly 2.1 seconds away from Hayden Cardwell out in front. And look at Hayden Cardwell run the start line again through turn number 3 and 4. He will get the 10 to go signal that time by 10 laps left to run in your main event tonight. We've had some good racing throughout the course of the night. We've had some idiotic moves. We've seen a guy get fenced. We've seen a guy get driven through. I dare say that guy had since been kicked after that one. Swanson Mitchell now once again going to go back at it. So Swanson back to 4th, Mitchell back, sorry, Swanson back to 5th, and Mitchell back to 4th. Seven to go, so we're now less than a heat race distance away from giving Hayden Cardwell the trophy here at Lanier in round number 3 of your HornBlasters.com Super Late Model main event. And look at him already wanting to put Casey Graves a lap down. And with just 5 to run this time by the ZE, is at every possibility that Graves may go 1 lap down come the end of the feature event. And again, Graves not known for running these super late models, unlike Cardwell. The bloke will turn tens and thousands of laps, and well, that's how you get good. Just turn lap after lap after lap. There goes Cardwell to the outside on Graves into turn number 3 and 4. 3 to go. And Graves is only going to finish 99 laps here at Lanier, so 1 shy of that 100 lap main event. But again, a 6th place finish for the driver of the number 4 machine of Casey Graves. We'll give him a little bit of airtime in these final couple of laps. Down the back straightaway for the penultimate time, and the starter line through 3 and 4 like he's done for the last 65 or 70 laps into turns 1 and 2. The white flag flies out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Round number 3, HornBlasters.com Super Late Model main event. The win goes to Hayden Cardwell. Second across the line will be Shane James. Third is going to go to Chris Fisher. Fourth, we'll see Brett Mitchell. Donald Swanson will round out your top 5. Casey Graves home in 6th position. Zach Fields, Jason Brown, Corey Wenzel, Ricky Sanders, your top 10. Steve Renaud, Alec Kane, and Austin Harnick were the 13 drivers in this one. 42 minutes so far since we started the live stream to cover qualifying, 2 heat races, and a 100 lap main event. And we'll now get to chat to a couple of these drivers. And we will start off with our race winner. We'll wait for him to unmute his mic on Discord so we can have a bit of a chit chat with him. Here he is, your winner tonight in caliber 7. It is Hayden Cardwell. Don't try and start talking without me, buddy. Good job on the win tonight. You got EOL at the start of the feature event, so it means you had to come, from that 7th row, but in the end you made it look all too easy.
Yeah, oh no, it was a pretty fun night out there, Got the EOL. I didn't mean to run over the dude last lap of the heat race there. They all thought it was intentional, but if they felt like it was the need to give me EOL, so I respect that, and all in all, it made it interesting for me to come back up to the field.
After the first caution, I think you were sitting at about 6th or 7th. Still very early on, you see, you still guys had 65, 70 laps to run. You weren't sort of worried that sort of Shane had the field covered by, a couple of seconds?
That early, you you don't really worry about none of that stuff that early in the race. You're just trying to focus on your marks, keeping your car clean, and I knew we would have a couple cautions because I mean, usually on iRacing, you hardly ever find a race that's green checkered. So I was I was thinking I was going to be cautious, but you never know. And at the same time, I was just trying to take care of my stuff, and I knew I had a pretty good car, so we kind of just rode there. And when the cautions came out, they fell. They fell into my hands the right way.
All right, well, congratulations on the win here tonight in round number 3 at the hornblasters.com super late models. We'll let you get out of here. And before we do, of course, sponsor shoutouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
I just got to thank all the boys at UNRT that helped me out. You for broadcasting, and Jordan, everybody over here at TruSpeed for is still on.
All right, Hayden Carbo home in first place. Chris Fisher he's gone. He's left for the night. So he's going to be home in third place. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in second place tonight. He led the first 30-odd laps, but in the end just got run down due to the slider line. But Shane James, congratulations on this second place run here tonight. You had the field covered at the start, but again, that slider line just come into play, and well, that was all she wrote.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that line, and I knew it was just a matter of time before Hayden passed me. I actually moved down to just see if there was something there, but there wasn't. And I tried following him and running his line. I just can't do it. I don't know. He's just that good. So I'll take second. Considering this is probably I probably hate this track more than any on iRacing. So if I get out here with a second place, I'll take that.
This track was obviously changing throughout the course of the night. It got slick for the most parts of the track, but they were you at all interested at maybe to seeing what the top side had sort of late in this race, or were we just going back to what was working at the start of the race and going back down low?
Yeah, I actually moved up there and tried it a few laps, but it was 2 to 3 tenths slower than that slider line, so it don't make any sense. But that's just what we have here with iRacing, especially here at Lanier. But congrats to Hayden, and congrats to who ran third. I didn't see.
Chris Fisher.
Congrats to him and Chris. Yeah, Fisher. And get out of here. I think I still have the points lead maybe. So just getting out here in a second, it's good for me.
All right, well, congratulations on your second place run here tonight at Lanier, and as you said, not one of your least favourite track, but we'll let you get out of here, and we'll let you thanks to sponsors before we let you go as well, bud.
Yeah, thanks to my team, HRE. Thanks to Team Friday, Dirt All Access, iRacing iFlag, 34 Raceway, Ohio Freshwaters, just everybody on the team. We have a good group of guys and get along pretty well. And thanks to TruSpeed and Horn Blasters for putting on a series, and thanks for you up there in the booth. As always, you do a good job.
Thank you, sir. Good job on the second place, and we'll see you back next week.
Thanks, you too.
There we go. Shane James home in position number 2 tonight. As we said, Chris Fisher has called it a night. He's done for. As that will wrap up tonight's TruSpeed Motorsports and HornBlasters.com super late model round number 3 here from Lanier. Of course, a big thanks to our sponsors before we get out of here one final time. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, National Oval Racing Association, JR Productions and Media, Black Diamond Motorsports, Monsters of Dirt, and iRacing iFlags. Check them out on our website. Head over to www.ultimatedirttv.com. Check out our schedule and plus the sponsors tab as well. Give them a like and a follow on all their social media pages. Plus, check out their websites by clicking on their image if they've got that website. And on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We will see you in... what's the time? If I can figure out the time. We'll see you in about an hour and 10 minutes. Good night, everybody.